Our next run is ready, so here is our last run for tonight, and that will be The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past 100% with mchan338. Good luck and take it away.
Alrighty, hello everybody. Welcome to the final run of tonight. I'm very excited to be closing off tonight with a very amazing speed run. This is A Link to the Past for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, and I am honored to be joined by two really good runners of this game. So, would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Bitey. I'm a speedrunner of this game. Been playing this game for about 6 or 7 years. Mainly the NMG category, but I am familiar with Hundo categories, so should be fun, and all the best for mchan.
Yeah, this is Fricker22. Also speedrun this game for about 6 or 7 years, and I run a fair share of most of all the categories, so this run should be pretty fun.
Alright, so before I begin, I do want to give an honorable shout out to Livila Dosur. We originally were going to race this game, but unfortunately, due to a last moment circumstance, she had to back out, so I'm doing this run solo, but definitely shout outs to her. She is also a really good runner of this game, amongst several other games that she also runs as well. Okay, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck, everyone. Let's go. So we start off here, and we're going to talk quite a lot about Uncle. He's probably one of the best fighters in all of Hyrule. He just basically falls down, and he's just useless. So it's a pretty funny start to the game, but...
Yeah, he definitely he falls down the hole and breaks his legs, then he has to give up his wooden shield, so...
Yeah, he's a great fighter.
So you'll see that we skipped a chest there at the start. So that chest actually has a lamp in it, and the game really wants you to have a lamp. But we will be picking up a chest later on, which will actually spawn the lamp, and it will be a little bit of a time save here at the speedrun.
Yeah, the game actually gives you 3 chances to grab the lamp, and you cannot advance the game once you get to a certain spot, so it definitely tells you more than once to get it.
So yeah, here we go. Here's this uncle. I'm not sure really what happened to him, but he's pretty useless.
Yeah. So one thing you'll notice, it's really hard to notice if you're just watching people do runs of this, but anytime I'm facing left or up, I'm actually mashing my D-pad. So why don't you guys talk about what that's about?
So so go ahead, Fricker. Sorry.
Oh, okay, so yeah, pumping is basically what mchan said. Anytime that Link is facing up or left, he has a chance to pump, which means basically just mash the opposite direction he's going, up or down, or sorry, up or left, and it gives him a chance to reset his movement speed to 2 pixels per frame, and then 1 pixel and then back. So every time he does that, he tries to reset it to 2 pixels, which makes him move faster. So there's a lot of movement tech in this game, and before we get our boots, that's all we can do to speed up.
Yeah, it's always been a kind of I don't know, I call it like the shuffle, the Link shuffle. You'll kind of probably see it in a few screens there. Kind of a weird tech. We saw our first speedrun tech of the game there, a little sword spin, trapping the guard against the statue there, getting a double spin on the guard, so killing him in 1 shot there. You'll see he's moving a little bit higher there. That's just to bait that guard down low. I'll try and talk about as much as we see here, slashing before entering the room and killing that guard. And we're going to do what's called a poke spin here. Or no, sorry, this is Hundo, so we're going to grab this chest here.
Yeah, so we actually skipped the boomerang there, which sounds kind of weird for a 100% run, because you have to get all the items, but we actually get an upgraded boomerang later on, so it's actually much faster to get that boomerang instead of this boomerang, because if you get this boomerang, then you have to upgrade it, and it's a lot slower that way.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing that if you skip the boomerang here, there's a chest later on in the game that gives you the red boomerang, and in the regular NMG, we typically will get 300 rupees in there, but because we're getting the red boomerang, we have to put those rupees somewhere else in this route. So it's one of the big deviations from the 100% route and the what we call the main category of the game, which is NMG.
Right. Just a couple of things about this particular speedrun. So we're playing on the Japanese 1.0 version of the game, The reason we do that is because it actually saves about 1.5 minutes in overall text, and then it allows us to do a lot of minor glitches in the game that the category allows, which is pretty cool. But for this specific category, for 100%, we got to get all the items, all the hearts, all the bottles, and then all the equipment upgrades. There are some upgrades that will let you carry more bombs and arrows, but that's a completely different category than this one. So if something allows you to skip the middle tier upgrade and goes from 1 to 3, we are allowed to do that.
Yeah, if this run basically forced you to get all the upgrades, it would it's pretty painful. You basically have to farm rupees and just sit and throw rupees in a pond. It's just to get bomb and
lot of rupees.
A lot of rupees.
We're talking thousands.
Nice dodge there. So one of the main differences here between the NMG and the low percent route is the boomerang. So in NMG we will typically have the boomerang here, which is a very powerful weapon at the start of the game. You can basically boom everything out of your way. But in low percent here, you can see that we have the lamp and no boomerang here. So we will be doing a few different strats here versus what we normally do. So it's kind of cool to see a little bit of a different route here than what you'd normally see.
Yeah, and not having a boomerang is it's not like the biggest deal. What you miss out on is that you can use the boomerang to grab items for you from a distance. But since we don't have that, you lose about a few seconds. It becomes worth it later on.
Yeah, so we'll actually get that first look at what we're talking about, or what mchan's talking about there. You see him doing some pumping across the screen here. This is where you're going to see the pumping really come into play. So pumping in water is just makes Link go super, super fast. It's like, I don't know, it's like the super effective thing in Pokemon. Like, it's super effective to pump in water. So it's kind of the two places that will pump a lot in is in water and stairs. We'll talk about that later. So this is the key that we're talking about. So in NMG we would just grab that with the boomerang, but in Hundo we need to actually physically go and get the key. So that's a little minor time loss there in Hundo versus NMG.
Yeah, they were talking about water earlier. When Link moves through water or grass, it actually slows down his movement. So that's definitely something we want to avoid.
So also I hold right in that room, so I can skip a texture here. It saves about a second. All right.
Yeah, I was watching. Go ahead, sorry.
So we're out of Hyrule Castle now. So in that chest is going to be the only free heart container that we're going to be getting, and every other heart container we do have to work for it. And even in the any percent run, most runners actually will actually pick that up anyway because it's only a few seconds to grab. Because this game is really hard.
Oh, there's a heartbeat in there. That's pretty cool.
A full heart container, actually.
Yeah, a full heart container. That's just a joke. I knew it was there, but it's kind of I haven't picked that container up for many years.
If you're good enough, then it can be worth it. And 3-second time save can be worth it. But most people will pick it up just because it adds consistency.
Yeah, it also gives you an extra hit for specific boss fights, which is absolutely huge. Like Helma's one of them, and some bosses like that. And it can basically come into play with how aggressive you play the fight. So it's a very, very good safety for sure.
So as we make our way to Eastern Passage, our first real dungeon, it should be worth noting, it's technically faster to save and quit, but I'm running the no major glitches rule set for 100%, which does not allow for save and quit. It's just kind of a old legacy rule set that's just been developed since the history of Link to the Past speedruns.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that is. Very curious. There are separate categories that do allow you to save and quit, but not the no major glitches ones.
Yeah. It's during SDA era when save and quitting was considered segmented at the time.
Oh, yeah. So you need like a full complete run.
Yeah.
But the good thing help us talk about, we have a bot that is basically for this game, and it has basically all of this kind of information in it. So, excuse me. I'll try to post what I can as we're talking about it so people can read about it if they're interested.
So coming up in this room right here, so normally 4 stop-ups will appear, but if you move in a certain way, then only 2 will appear. And I know exactly where the 2 will appear, just like that.
We're also on the potential arrow drop here. That's nice. Let's go. So yeah, I guess we have drops in this game. So you see that we dropped a coin and a magic in the last room. So that is, it's 50-50 chance for it to drop, but the actual prize pack is, we know what it is. So if you memorize the prize pack, you can actually track things like arrows and fairies. And we actually, at the top level, we optimize what we call those prize packs so that we give ourselves the best chance to get arrows and things like fairies later on in the game in specific parts of dungeons. Oh, there's the heart too. You're on the arrow drop. Let's go. That's so rare. So that's 3 50-50s in a row. That means he has a chance to get the arrows, which is super rare.
Yeah. All right. So coming up in this room is going to be our first sequence break. Normally I have to fight all the enemies, but if I damage boost in a certain way, nice, then I don't have to fight any of the enemies.
Big time save. Oh, the red rupee!
I know.
Yeah, the red rupee. Yeah.
So yeah, he's going to need quite a bit of rupees in this game, but luckily there are a few chests that he's going to get that are worth like 200 and 300 rupees. So the rupee road's pretty simple. We don't really have to scavenge for any, unless we have really bad digging or chest games. Then we might get
more to that later.
Down there.
Alright, so now that we got the bow, you saw me picking up some arrows, because the bow does not come with arrows, so I had to go a little bit out of my way to pick up some arrows before grabbing the bow, because we will be needing quite a bit of arrows throughout this dungeon.
What a scam! It doesn't come with arrows?
I know. Good thing they changed that when they remade this on Game Boy Advance.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I've played that GBA version, actually. I should really know that, but it's been a while. This is one of the hardest rooms in the Light World, in my opinion. It's called ZGR. It's a nightmare of a room. There's about 1 million different RNGs that you can do, and very nice. We're going to do another room here, the double Igors, and I'm just going to keep silent for the boss here.
Looks like you said.
Nice.
Quick kill. Nice done.
Very nice.
Very nice.
So he actually puts specific arrows into that last Armos at the right time before he turns red and aggroes. If that actually happens, he's got to fire 3 more arrows into that boss to kill him. So saves arrows, saves time.
All right.
So on to...
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, mchan. So yeah, we're going to head off to Desert Palace now, and this is... I guess what people sometimes classify as when the run actually starts, and that is because we're going to get a very powerful speedrunning item, which is the boots. And getting the boots allows you to dash basically everywhere, and it speeds up Link's movement immensely and gives us access to some tricks, which you're going to see right away, which is called spin speed. That's going to be the first trick that you'll see here. We're just going to do a little bit of shopping first. Spin speed is a really cool trick. It's basically holding your sword out till it's charged and releasing B and pushing A on the very next frame. It will basically put you into a really weird state where you can't slash your sword, but yeah, super speeds. But when you actually walk off of stairs here, you'll see what happens. This is probably the coolest trick in the game. One of them. Look at this, running around.
It makes the
everywhere.
speedrun so good. Basically what that does is if you're in super speed state, it allows Link to have dashing speed without the downfall of accidentally bonking into walls or items. So it allows you to maneuver.
It's almost like the concept.
very powerful.
Yeah, and
It's almost like the concept of...
it's a Japanese 1.0 exclusive trick.
Yeah, that's the thing with this game, is you basically can't speedrun it on any other version other than Japanese 1.0, because they patched out a bunch of glitches in later versions of Japanese versions, and US version is just slow because it's English and you can't do tricks on that stuff. Like it's
Yeah, even on English, this route can still work. It's just you're missing out on these tricks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you actually lose a minute on its own just in English text.
Yeah, exactly.
Get another nice spin speed there. I'll try to point out some little. There's lots of little sneaky things like a slope dash here that doesn't get picked up on if you're not a runner of this game. So you actually gain a lot more speed on slopes. It's called a slope dash. It's also RNG. Well, it's not RNG. It's kind of sub-pixel related, but basically you have a chance to go really fast or slow, and it's almost completely random like that there. That was what we call a fast slope dash, and there's 1, 2, 3 right here. So lots of little things you might not think about, but in this game, like we have this game so optimized that we know almost everything about this game at this point. So
pretty much, yeah. That was a nice menu buffer. There's a lot of times in this run where you'll see him menu to certain items. He does that in very specific places to time the stop of his dash, or to time certain specific tricks on specific pixels. So he's not just going to a random item at a random time. He does it very purposely.
This is the first dungeon where it's really useful dashing, because you guys can see Desert Pass has a lot of these long hallways, and it's much faster to dash through these long hallways instead of just walking through.
Yeah, Desert is actually like an introduction to, hey, you have the boots, let's use them now. This is how you do it.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, it's actually one of, in fact, it is, in my opinion, the best dungeon to get better at this game. Like, if you want to get better at just moving the elf, you just spend time in Desert. It's one of the most consistent dungeons that we do. We're gonna get some cannonball RNG here.
I actually had a good one, but
You had a good one,
yeah.
That's basically, you can actually know what you have. It's quite difficult. There's some audio cues which you can memorize and stuff. I've never memorized them. I just go and hope I don't get hit and try dodge it. But it's one of the first RNGs that we come across of things that actually are not killable. So cannonballs being one, and you're going to see some later on. They're called dead rocks. We hate them. They're the worst sprite in the entire game. You cannot kill them, but
they're bullies.
They're
well,
bullies.
actually, you can kill them. You can powder them. You can powder them, and then they turn into like little jellies, and then you can kill them.
Oh, I might get powder in my next run just to do that.
Yeah, not a lot of people know that, because why would you do that in a speedrun, right?
That's pretty cool.
But yes, anyway.
So we're heading out into, this is one of the first kind of introduction to this game into going outside and going into another part of the dungeon. I thought this is kind of cool. I don't have much memory of other games, but it was one of the first games I remember that kind of incorporated that part to it, where you had a dungeon split into 2 or 3 parts and you could enter into different doors. I think it was definitely a groundbreaking game like that in the whole light world, dark world concept of the game. I think at the time it was like absolutely groundbreaking.
Right. Kind of a cool trick that you saw there that you may not have picked up on is he actually did a dash into a locked doorway. What's really cool about that is you can dash through a locked doorway if you dash on a multiple of 4 pixels. And luckily, this game was set on multiple of 4 pixels. So pots, rails, walls, lamps, everything is set in a multiple of 4 pixels. So all you got to do is just line up with that, and you'll be able to dash through a locked door, which is really easy.
All right, so this is one of the more frustrating the first hard boss to get good at when people start learning this game.
I'm going 4 cycle here.
Baby.
Ooh. Oh, okay, we got hit by a rock. It's okay. We got 2 arrows in the first one.
Oh man.
Yeah, these guys are bullies. They have random directions that they pop out on. They split into 4 pieces of rock when they come out that can hit you off your trajectory from firing arrows. Ooh, almost there.
I think this guy needs
One
one more.
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Oh
it's
no.
one.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, arrow slash.
Nice.
Yeah.
That wasn't too bad. It was a 5 cycle.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
It's one of the hardest bosses in this game. It is
Agreed.
honestly extremely difficult boss, and it's, you know, the top players, you know, can still get a 5. I still get 5 cycles, and I've been running the game for years. Like, it's such
100%.
a difficult boss.
Yeah, you can get a 2-cycle if you're really good, but it's also RNG because, as you can saw, sometimes land molars do what's called a short hop, which means you have less time to get arrows in. So it's really hard.
So this is probably one of the first major deviations from the NMG route. This is a heart piece, so this obviously in the any percent we don't need heart pieces. We're going to see a lot of heart pieces there. Getting a nice door dash there, so he dashed right at the door. So that was very, very nice.
All right, so we want to talk
he's
about
actually coming...
fake flippers.
Oh, yeah, I got it. He's coming up on a pretty major, I wouldn't say major skip, but so he's going to be transitioning a screen into the water, but he doesn't have flippers yet, so the game doesn't allow us to swim. So what we're going to do is we're going to line up with the part of the mountain, and then we're going to slash a bush and then hold angle upright, and that's going to bring us right to the edge of a mountain where he's going to hop off, and then he's going to hold right, transition the screen the same frame that he lands into the water, which will allow us to swim. If he gets hit here, he actually gets... The game doesn't know where to put you, so essentially you soft lock. And because we can't save and quit in this category, the run is over if you get hit.
Yeah, it's a very punishing trick.
Very scary, yep.
Most people...
Especially for marathons, too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It's pretty comfy once you get used to it, but there's always that chance where you slip the D-pad or you don't swim properly, and we've all been there, you swim right past, and then it's, oh my goodness, there's fireballs coming at you, and
yeah,
right.
Or the Zora spawns right on the warp. It's boost.
Oh, let's go, dude, nice boost. That's what we call an animation deboost. So basically, there's a certain amount of time when you pick up the rock that it takes for lift it above his head. He's a pretty big rock, and it takes about a second and a half. But if you get hit during that animation, it actually cancels the full animation. It will throw the rock, and it can save up to about a second there. It's pretty cool.
So we are rescuing the old man right now, who's going to supply us with a mirror. I've always wondered why he got lost in the cave. There's not really a backstory on that.
It's really dark. like how can you see in a dark cave?
He went out to buy a pack of smokes and just got lost one night. I don't know.
Okay, welcome to one of the other annoying sprites. I didn't even call it a sprite. They're called cabbages. I have other names for it that's definitely not family friendly, but they're called cabbages. They're completely random, and you can see already what's happening. They're falling on the screen. You're hoping they don't hit you. These are one of the biggest run enders in the entire game, followed by, well, we'll come up on a bit, the next enemy. So Death Mountain is just literally a hazard of things that can end your run.
Alright, so he wants to talk about bomb jumping.
Yeah, I was going to say if we were going to do this bomb jump. So this bomb jump is much different from any other bomb jump in the game. Bomb jumps only allow you to bomb jump over 2 tiles. This one is a very specific setup where he's going to bomb jump, and he's going to ride the wall on the right side. Very nicely done. That one's definitely different from others you'll see, and much harder. But if he didn't do that bomb jump across, he'd have to fall down, go through a cave, go back up, so that definitely saves some time.
Yep.
Bunny music, best music in the game.
So yeah, it's our first introduction to the Dark World there. Obviously, we don't have an item to be able to use Link in the Dark World. So you'll see a little bunny there. So yeah, it's basically like, oh, there's another world out there. Ooh, what's going to happen? And then you get pushed straight back to the light world again. So it's kind of a little introduction as to what might be coming. I kind of thought that was kind of a cool part on the devs there to do that.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to the tile room. There's nothing to say about the tile room, so if there's any donations or announcements, then you can you can go ahead and get them out.
All right. Well, we have had a new bid war open up. In the first run tomorrow, Shepherd's Crossing, you can decide the dog name. So be sure to select that when you are donating. Additionally, if we get to 2,300 by the end of the second run tomorrow, that was the Legacy of Kain run, Soul Reaver. There will be a Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 2 any percent run as a bonus.
Sweet. So you see mini Moldorms for the first time. They are extremely annoying. They have very random and erratic movement, especially when Link is kind of already at lower health already. It can make this, the Tower of Hera, pretty dangerous.
Yeah, there's a lot of one-part hitting enemies, so you can very easily die.
Yeah, this is probably one of the hard. In fact, it's not one of the. It is the hardest dungeon in the first probably 30 to 40 minutes of the game. This is
for sure.
It's got a lot of stuff that hits like a tank, and then you have one of the worst bosses in the game in terms of movement. It's just a bigger version of the Moldorm. It's even worse than mini Moldorms.
Are you standing up for a bomb jump? So with the bomb jump here, he is able to bomb jump over 2 tiles. The reason why he did a dash and a bonk there, if you dash and bonk in the air while you're getting hit by the bomb, it actually opens up how many more pixels that you can line up to have a successful bomb jump. I think by like 4 extra pixels. So
yeah, that sounds about right.
It goes from what, 4 pixels to 8, I think, something like that.
That was 2 to 7,
I heard
think.
6.
Oh, 6. Yeah, so you have 2 pixels to do the bomb jump, and then it opens up by another 4 if you bonk.
Yeah. Everybody's favorite boss. Nobody's ever lost the run to this guy.
It's 7. It's not 6, by the way, but
Is it 7? Oh,
yeah, it's 7 for
All right,
sure.
good fight.
Nice, Moldorm. Very
Nice.
good fight.
Nice.
You have no idea. Sorry, you have no idea how hard that boss can be. Literally, he made that look easy. It is not easy.
That's
believe
really
me.
hard.
It's extremely difficult, boss.
Yeah, if you fall down, the fight resets, and then he gets all of his health back. Additionally, if you fall in that center hole, then you fall down 2 floors, which adds more to the time loss. So it's a really hard fight to do, especially really well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now that we completed all 3 of the Light World dungeons, it's time to go back to the Lost Woods, get the Master Sword, which we need in order to defeat the Wizard Aghanim, who's taking over Hyrule. And then after we beat Aghanim, then that should be the end of the game, right?
I wish. That'd be a great speed run.
Not gonna lie, when I was a kid, I thought the Master Sword was the end of the game.
It's only just begun. That's too funny. But yeah, so he's going to be heading to Aghanim's tower soon. He's got a few items to pick up, and I believe he's got a heart to pick up here in the forest. But yeah, after he gets the Master Sword, we get to climb Aghanim's tower.
We will be coming back for that mushroom in case anyone's wondering.
Yeah, we get it on the way back. If you get it on the way through, it's still there on the way back. So we just get it on the way back.
Yeah.
It's actually a very funny item. It's one of the only items in the game that can... There's another category, what we call it Legacy Low, where it's the opposite of Hundo. You basically complete the game with as little items as possible. And what can happen is, when you're dashing back through there, a bush guard can pop out and hit you into the mushroom and completely end your run.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen.
Yeah, it's happened before. It's pretty funny.
Oh no, Zelda's been kidnapped again.
What? You don't say.
What is she doing, man? Like, come on.
I don't know.
This is... I love dashing through the Lost Woods. It's just...
Yeah,
pure...
it's very particular. This looks easy, but the amount of practice that you need to do to start your dash, stop your dash, do all the right directions is very tough.
Nice quick hop there. Could talk about quick hopping too.
Yeah, quick hopping, if you're facing up or left, you can actually hop off an edge instantly. And usually what you see is Link has to hit the edge and then you have to hold that direction for about a second or so, and then Link will hop off. But facing left or up, you can do what they call a quick hop or a side hop. Saving time, name of the game. We count frames in this game.
Oh yeah, we do.
It's very optimized.
Side dash.
We will save 4 frames at the cost of losing 3 seconds.
Yeah, that's the optimization that this game gets. Yeah, so now we're heading into Castle Dungeon. A lot of people like to call it Agnum's Tower, but it is called Castle Dungeon. The first 2 rooms have a couple different strats. What I'm going to do here in this first room is I'm going to lure these 2 ball and chain guards over to me, and then I will hit them with 2 spin attacks. Just like that, and then in this next room, I'm going to just spin attack these 2 soldiers. Some other runners will do something else in order to manipulate a fairy in a later dungeon, but I don't do that in 100% because in 100% you just get so much health that manipulating a fairy is not that important.
Yeah.
Is it actually faster to spin them?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's faster because you don't have to just do the beams and then the dash. It's just
Yeah,
one
that could be
spin.
fair, yeah. Fair, yeah.
NMG, it's so important to manipulate that drop though. It comes in the last dungeon in the game, so we absolutely need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agate Tower is another extremely difficult. There's a lot of annoying guards and RNGs that can happen. We're about to see a key drop here. See, that's one of the
The guard
annoying
likes to
guards.
knock you off the edge there.
Yeah, it
Yeah, I wasn't
does.
about to deal
Then
with
there's
them.
We'll see another. Oh, never mind. You got
Oh
beams.
man.
And then you got these guards. So bang bang. Arrows are powerful.
So I was gonna see with the Master Sword, when you have full HP, you have sword beams, which is really useful for you know, hitting enemies from a distance. It's also used to like hit other things from a distance, which is pretty useful for solving puzzles later. So there are certain parts where health management is going to be really important.
Let's go, baby!
That was actually really good circle puzzle.
Yeah, that was a really nice.
Perfect
little-
energy.
Yeah.
That's another room that changes a lot with the boomerang right there. Like it's a completely different room.
You know the other crazy thing for a lot of us that speedrun this game, we know the name of every single room in this game. It's terrible.
Yeah, one of the rooms, and we even have some really good rooms. One of them is called Dark Room of Despair. Okay, so I'm gonna challenge the chat here. So I want everybody to get their guesses as to how many blue balls I'm gonna get. Between 0 and 15, and if anybody gets it right, I'll be donating $5 to charity. Agnum has a cycle of 5 attacks. The first attack is an energy shot. The attacks 2, 3, and 4 is a blue ball or an energy shot, 50% for either one. And then the 5th attack is a lightning, and the cycle repeats itself until Agnum's defeated. And it takes 6 hits to beat Agnum. So if you don't miss any of the guaranteed energy shots, then the worst luck that you get is about 15.
Getting 15 blue balls is almost impossible.
Oh, and
But-
commentators and
Yeah.
Stump, you can also join in as well.
Yeah, I put my guess in.
Oh, okay, I got one.
Yeah, believe me, as an outsider, you're like, oh yeah, this is just a. Believe me, this is the bane of this speedrun. You can lose anywhere from 0 to like 2.5 minutes right here, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Little Agate.
What do we got?
All right, 2 it is.
It is baby.
Sweet. The Dark World.
That was my guess. Let's go, baby.
All right, $5. There will be more instances, so stay tuned.
So now that we have defeated Agnum, he's gonna spawn us into the Dark World. And if you haven't ever played this game, which I'm sure most of you have seen it, the Dark World is basically a mirror of the Light World. So, you know, your position in the Light World, if you go back to the Dark World, has another reference point in that Light World. It's a pretty cool concept, and we kind of use it to our advantage in the game. You'll see us mirroring at certain spots and to get specific items faster. It's kind of you don't really think about it maybe as an outsider, but everything that you see here, every single mirror, every single spot that we're doing stuff on is very specific and for a very specific reason. So
This is also where the game gets really hard, because there's going to be a lot of harder hitting enemies from this point on. So this also means the game is now non-linear at this point. Well, at least after we beat this next dungeon, because the Dark World doesn't open up right now, because we need the item from the first dungeon, and then after that we can do the dungeons in many different orders. So as a result, the difficulty kind of just goes all over the place, because there will be points in the run where you do like an early dungeon late or a late dungeon early, and that's because we have the option to diverge, then we take advantage of that. So we need 110 rupees in order to enter Palace of Darkness. If you get hit while Kiki's following you, then you have to pay 10 more rupees.
What does he do with all those rupees?
He's really rude.
Him and Donkey Kong have a little party going on.
Yeah, but let me know if it's every single night or so.
So, what you're going to see him doing a lot in this dungeon is mirroring. We can use that to our advantage, because every time we mirror in a dungeon, it brings us back to the entrance. The reason we're doing this is to refill out of the pots that have bombs in it. So this dungeon is where we start stacking most of the bombs. Plus, it's a little faster to start back from the beginning rather than backtracking out anyway. It is. Having someone press a button for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is an extortionist.
Yeah, it's not as crazy as Flippers later on.
Flippers is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So I did put a link in the chat. Don't worry, it's safe. So we have a reward to keep jump. Someone basically spent a lot of time working out how he can jump. I think he can jump up at 16 different heights. And effectively, you know, with the solo, completely irrelevant, but it's fun.
Okay, so who wants to talk about hammer bomb jump?
Okay, so hammer bomb jump here is a whole pixel perfect trick. You're gonna see him pause buffer on one pixel. Right there, one more pixel down. We pause buffer to move a pixel, he's gonna lay the bomb down. And then he's gonna move from that on another different pixel. Right there, and then allow to flip through the rail, hold up the chest. This allows us to save a lead that we would normally have to get in the big stage of the dungeon.
It's also probably one of the more controversial tools in the glitches tool set. It's always a debate of if it's just stretched down by the we allow it. I think almost everyone thinks it shouldn't be. It's just because it was a trick that was shown a long time ago, and rather than, but it's definitely one of the only tricks that allows you to use rails. Sure.
Also, this is the only dungeon that has hurdles. And Burning is not a rock. I don't understand, but it's the only time you see hurdles. Which is kind of cool, right? And maybe you have to lift them over with the hammer to be able to damage them. Very neat.
Uh-oh. Okay.
You can never have time to arrows in this game.
Yeah.
I call them my
Fortunately, the arrow routing is not like super precise like in some other Zelda games, so it's always nice to have extras. So having full HP is really beneficial. As you saw earlier, I hit a switch with the sword beam. And then there's another switch coming up in this next floor where I'm going to hit with the sword beam. And it saves having to switch to arrows to hit the switch. And it's a couple seconds per menu. So you can imagine how much time you save by having sword beams in the second half of this dungeon. Oh, dang. Yeah, it's really annoying.
Yeah, unfortunately, but not much money you want that.
Yeah, another cool run. I don't think the game even with the controller or getting to the lost here. And actually, this is come on. And coming on once you do that when you get better than all that, it's going to be you see a lot of and also great math the balls. Yeah, that's I've never done it. I know you can break the balls. But
That's extremely unlucky. That is a very rare pattern.
It is rare. If you get against the wall, what you want to do is just look down and hold the charge, and it will double or spin him. Yeah, that's unfortunate GG. Not the end of the world, but we just got to do the back half of TLoZ mixing him. Shouldn't take long.
Yeah, I'm going to give easily spend time. I just want to see the again. You'll see it.
Yeah, so as we make our way back, you can go ahead and read more donations or announcements.
Just what is it? Right, yeah, that's we now bring you back to Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past with mchan. Take it away. Good luck.
All right, welcome back here. We're mchan here is going to be fighting Helma again, right where we left off.
Yeah.
Hopefully, audio issues.
Okay, so I'm gonna
resolved.
resume the timer again in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, here we go. Round 2.
Round
luck.
2, yeah. Show him his boss.
Watch, he's not going to shoot. I was going to say he's not going to shoot his fireballs, but there he goes. The second Helma fight after you die is always the easiest.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, you can fight him a second time?
I guess so. My reset button doesn't work, so.
That's fair.
Look at that, easy. I had a much easier time that time.
Yeah, thanks for the patience for the audio issues. Thanks to the volunteers that are putting it on. Appreciate the work and appreciate the marathon.
Alright, so yeah, so we completed the first dungeon now, and now we're going to be, this is where the run starts to diverge. The next dungeon we're going to be doing is the fourth dungeon, which is not going to be for a while, because in 100% we have to collect everything, and so this is one of the longest stretches of the run where we don't see a dungeon for quite a bit. Actually coming up, in about a couple minutes from now, we have some minigame RNG. First off, starting with the digging game, so I'm going to prepare you guys early this time, and get your guests in chat on how many tries it's going to take me to get the digging game. And we'll explain how the digging game works when we get there.
You're going to be digging some holes looking for harpies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, baby. So, yeah, coming out of Eastern Palace, we got our lovely ropers there bouncing around. They can jump real high. We actually nicknamed that one Tony Hawk because it can jump so high that it lands on your head and it hits you right out your dash. It's super annoying.
Or the murderodactyl here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right there. The murderodactyl.
Nice side step. Yeah, everything starts tanking here. That bird does 3, that snapdragon does 3, like everything does 2 or 3 hearts here. It starts to really.
Yeah. Unfortunately, if you get hit, then
on
it's
you.
not a big deal in Hundo because you do get a refill at some point. So it's one of the nice things about running.
So we're
100%.
making So we're going inside Hype Cave right now. He's just gonna grab some rupees from the NPC that's in here. And he's gonna need this for the rest of his mini games, and then some money towards flippers later on.
Oh, flipper be mad expensive for flippers, boy.
Oh, super expensive.
This is a little bit of one of the deviations from a regular route where we were talking about earlier at the start of the game. So this is kind of cool. Like something right at the start of the game is affecting the run now, and it's the boomerang. So the boomerang chest, which we get in the next split, or I think it's after Fourth East Town, it alleviates us from being able to get to 300, which is usually in there if you pick up the boomerang, and that is mchan going to get another 300 to replace those, which we would usually get in another run. So pretty cool stuff there, in my opinion.
Alright, so we have a cool trick coming up. I'm going to grab the shovel, and then I'm going to warp to the light world. And then I need the shovel in order to dig for the flutes. And so there's a trick exclusive to this category where I'm going to warp in a specific tile, and then which will allow the flute that I dig up to land in the warp tile. So that way when I grab the flute, it actually skips this cutscene where normally the animals walk away from the screen. And then I skip this entire cutscene entirely.
Hey.
Okay, so coming up is
I've actually
the
never
digging
seen
game.
That's cool.
So the digging game, the way it works, it's the first 25 holes. It has a 0% chance of dropping at giving you a heart piece, and then every other hole after that is a 1 out of 32 chance of giving you a heart piece. So if you dig optimally, then your odds add up to about a 1/3 chance per attempt, and it's 80 rupees per attempt to play.
Yeah, digging here actually gets pretty optimal when you dig with diagonal inputs. You want to be as fast as you can, because he can get probably around like 32 or so digs. So that'll give
Unless
him
you blink
about
like that.
7. Yeah, it'll give him about 5 to 7 chances at the heart piece after he gets finished with 25 digs. So The more chances, the better odds.
Ooh, let's go!
No!
Oh my
Oh, one
God.
dig! Oh my!
Check
Nice.
the
You do
car.
not see that very often.
Check the car. He's on a fixture. What's happening
We
here?
are talking 1 in 32 odds after 25 digs. That was pretty incredible. So now he's doing a race game.
So yeah, it's got a very unique spot in the game. This is it's like a little 2-tile patch where if you go in the dark mode and you mirror here, you can go straight into the race game. I think this is a very unique mirror spot in the game. I don't know of any other spot in the game that's like this, that has value like this in the speedrun.
It is very unique. That is Usain Bolt, the fastest guard in Hyrule.
It's so fast.
He's so fast. He has a large fork. Hey, we're grabbing our first bottle. So we have to get all 4 bottles in this run. We will head to grab the net, which will come into huge play for the Spike Cave, which we'll talk about later. Probably the most nerve-wracking part of the run, but having the net in a bottle to grab a fairy will definitely help us out.
That's the helmet sacrifice. Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Also, that's how this game works too. The game knows when you're not having a very good run or you die. They're like, oh, we're just gonna give them all the best RNG.
Yeah, exactly.
0 blue balls, like 1 dig. It's okay.
Yeah. Alright, so we didn't talk about item dashing. When you item dash, so right there specifically, if you normally you have to wait about a few seconds after the bird flies away in order to actually use the flute. But if you item dash, then you can flute right away, and it saves a few seconds in that part. But item dash, if you use an item and dash at the same frame, then you can dash while using the item, and it's more commonly used with the hammer.
You know, I have never noticed how fast that witch is brewing that potion. Holy smokes, Batman. That's something we need to look into. That's pretty good. Bottle number 2. Using spin speed on the stairs. Nice.
You'll see he's also shaking on the stairs, so the diagonal movement on stairs is actually faster than going straight up the stairs. We call it the wiggle. It's actually quite significant. So.
Yeah.
So I think coming out of here, he may use spin speed as well.
I'll try.
Which will allow us to quickly get to the well that we're gonna drop into.
For the fans, I'm telling you.
For the fans. Let's go!
Let's go, baby. Very
Beautiful.
Okay, so I guess we can try and
Alright,
prepare
put him on
ourselves
this-
for
put him on
the
the spot there.
chess game since it's coming up pretty soon. So again, get your guesses in chat so how many tries it's gonna take me to get the chess game. And then again, if anybody's correct, then I'll donate $5. I didn't see if anybody was correct on digging game, but
I don't think anybody said 1.
No, they were not believers.
I know.
Zero believers
doubters.
in the chat.
Yeah, I don't think anyone got that.
So anyway, chess game. You open 2 chests per attempt, 30 rupees per attempt as well. You can get bombs, rupees, arrows, or even a heart piece. And to get a heart piece is a 1 in 8 chance. Now in Japanese 1.0, there's a glitch where
Oh, did we get
oh
one?
man, there's a glitch in the Japanese 1.0 version where you can't get the heart piece on the very first chest per attempt. So you just have a straight 1 out of 8 chance of getting the heart piece.
I think we actually did get someone got it right. I think secretly, Slubber, did you see one? You see? So we might have someone in the chat.
Is
who
that
got it
so?
right.
Okay. All right.
Here we go to the chess game.
Didn't talk about quick warps, but I guess we can explain that in the chess game. So quick warps in the game is kind of a unique thing. So when you go into a warp, there are 2 vertical positions that you can go into the warp, which make the warp go faster. And by
Oh
faster,
my
it's an
God.
entire- oh my god, dude!
All right.
Oh my god, dude.
Did we not say this on RNG?
Wow.
What was the blue balls?
2.
1 blue ball. Oh, 2?
Yeah, it was 2.
I thought it was 1.
2 blue balls. First try, dig. First, what is this?
Man, if
Yeah,
only I
this
didn't
is
die to Helmet Sword
crazy.
King earlier.
Yeah, the game knows. I'm telling you.
Oh,
the
man.
game knows. It just does. It truly does. Frigga, this is where you're meant to go, just for next time.
Yeah, I know. He's showing me when I'm supposed to get Sea House. Got it.
Yeah, the lore amongst many prominent members of the Link to the Past community is that they tend to call me the luckiest Link to the Past runner, and I guess this run kind of proves it.
Yeah, that's insane, dude. For a marathon too, a one dig, one chest is crazy.
Yeah, it's extremely rare to get a run like
again
that.
in his
Yeah,
speedrunning career.
exactly. And actually, my PB has one dig, one chest.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's really hard to compete against.
What's the blue balls on your PB?
Too. So, yeah.
Oh, it's the exact same run.
It was meant to
It was
be.
meant to be.
Nice key dash there. There's another key dash there. So a little bit of a different key dash there. So keeping himself on the grid by using the torch and dashing through the left door. So it's a little bit different than some of the key dashes we've seen before. This is, I don't know what the dev was on when he made this room, but it was, I think he just literally took our room and threw about 25 things in there and just said, go at it, honestly.
Yeah, we call
Right.
we call that the
Makes
heck way.
no
There's another
sense.
name for it, but we're keeping it friendly.
Yeah, like, there's a lot of rooms that make sense, and there's a lot of ways to get through rooms, but that is one room in this game that it's just unfair. So, going into the bomb room, so we'll not spoil the surprise, I'm sure you all know by now, but there's a very unique reason why we are going to bomb that, and you'll find out in about 2 or 3 minutes here why. If you don't know that is, I'm sure you've all seen it before, though.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. No spoilers. Just like to point out what we're doing ahead of time, just to keep an eye on things. Oh, the Patrick!
RNG.
Baby!
Ooh,
Yeah, that's
Patrick
a good one.
Star.
Yeah, we got some cool names for things, must admit. So we're heading upstairs and we are going to go rescue another princess. It's kind of a common thing that we do in this speedrun.
Right, yes.
Just
we have to
chilling
rescue all the
in
maidens, so we're about to rescue our the next maiden right away.
Where did we get the
No
keys for
boss,
these
too?
doors, by the way? Like, where did we get keys for these doors? Are they just open? Why can we open them?
He picked it.
Picking a
You
lock
see him
with his
catching that
face.
that ferry there. He's gonna need that ferry coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, you know, I died to Helmosaur earlier, so it could help for later bosses.
Another thing too, I know mchan said this earlier, but this is actually the 4th dungeon in the original run, and the reason we're doing it early is so we can get the Titan's bits, which allows us to upgrade our sword early, so we can do a little bit more damage early on.
Is that normal to skip those arrows in Hundo?
It depends on how many arrows you have by the end, because sometimes you can get a lot of arrows in chess game.
Okay, that's fair.
He also got a 10 arrow drop on the pot, the repot.
Yeah.
I wonder why we bombed that floor area. Ooh.
Man, it was a fake. Oh
Ooh.
my god, I didn't see that coming.
So this fight is exactly the same every time, as long as we sort it at the right time and we start in the same place. It's all about timing. We know where the fireballs are going. We know where the heads are going. And it's a very, very tough fight casually, but in the speedrun, it's easy fight every time. Well, I shouldn't say every time, but it's very predictable.
That's actually an mchan unique strap by the looks of it. That's not the usual strap for that boss, but
I came up with
showing
my
a bit
own.
of a different variation. Yeah, it works though. That's a nice variation. That's actually cool to see.
But yeah, so like what Cricker said, so we want to get the Titansmith as early as we can, because with the Titansmiths we actually open up a new side quest where we can actually upgrade our sword, and upgrading our sword, you know, it takes quite a bit of time, but it's so worth it even in any percent to upgrade your sword, because the extra damage just saves so much time in the later dungeons. So we gotta get some extra rupees. We still need the rupees for later.
Then you go to Sea House. Got it.
If you have enough rupees coming out of chess game, then you can actually skip this, and then you can actually delay getting the red boomerang. After Thieves Town, So there's two different routes that you can do at this point, depending on what your situation is.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'll talk about crystal catches on the next crystal catch. There's a little bit of some tech to that as well, would you believe?
There's tech to everything.
Yeah. Well, this is a little bit different.
Dash canceled.
Yeah, this is a little bit different than so we're doing hammer dashing through the pegs here. Obviously, this is a piece that we don't usually get, so it's a little bit different.
Item dashing, one of the cooler minor glitches in the run.
Nice hammer. Beauty.
Whee! Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in this split here with getting hard pieces and upgrading equipment and getting powder. There's a lot going on. Or not powder, but half magic.
I don't think I knew about half magic when I played the game.
No?
As a kid. No, I didn't know about half magic, and I didn't know about the gold sword.
I thought half magic was bad because in the English,
Yeah, a lot of people like to say that.
Everything is double magic. And I'm like, no, I don't want that. I don't want things to cost twice as much. I can't be the only one that thought that.
It's so good.
So
maybe, I don't know.
So we're upgrading our sword. It costs 10 rupees, and it costs a screen transition or just basically just reloading this screen in particular. So they're really fast at their job, you know, and also up 10 rupees is a very cheap price to upgrade a sword. So, you know, they're really fast at their job. So yeah, so here's the half magic. So any item that uses magic uses half the magic now. So it's essentially a double magic upgrade.
Yeah, it's extremely powerful. Like, it's actually
it's really good.
Yeah, it makes a lot of bosses trivial too.
Yeah.
We got a sword for $10.
Just a quick note that you'll see him drop in the chest out there, and it still appears. So just something to keep note of there. It does keep its position there.
He also can't dash with the chest right now, or else he'll lose it. That's why he's walking along.
There are some tricks that you can make it go faster.
Yes. Okay, there we go. All right. So if you use the flute on the frame
know.
after saying yes there, then you can use the flute, and it saves a couple of seconds.
Oh, interesting. Oh, nice red dash there. Let's go.
2 Skull Woods.
Yeah, so this is our third dungeon that we're doing, and this is the third dungeon in the intended order, so I guess we are going in order in that sense. Alright, but yeah, so Skull Woods is a really complex dungeon, because the intention is that you're supposed to get lost in this dungeon, but we obviously know what the fastest way through this dungeon is, but even then, it's still a really hard dungeon to go through. The first room of the dungeon is immediately the hardest room of the dungeon.
Stuck money.
Nope. Yeah, this room sucks ass.
Oh. Yeah, this room's very tough. Oh, he's gonna have bad RNG with the money.
Okay, hold up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do this.
Oh.
Yeah. Red boom's powerful. Oh, the blue boom. Oh no!
Oh no!
Ooh, I was so
nice.
scared. I was actually scared. Not gonna lie. It's always scary watching anyone else speedrun other than you.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's like you're in the passenger seat, right? You're not in control of the car.
Yeah.
So you'll see that he mirrored out there to save time. Just a little, sometimes you blink and you miss it, but you'll see swap to the mirror, and now he's at the door and he's back out. So good use of the mirror there.
Oh.
Nice! Oh no, the snoo skull! Oh, there's a great clip of me raging to that skull.
Yeah, and then you bonk off it and you get hit by the rope. Another bomb jump with the bonk there, nicely done.
Dude, I had 7 hearts. And I
normally you
died to
fall
that
down
skull.
here, but I'm gonna save a heart.
Yeah, nice bonking over the pit there too. It's, you wouldn't think that you can do that, but you can. There's so much stuff in this run. Like literally every single screen, there's stuff going on that you just wouldn't think. Like that door.
Yeah,
there,
you don't get a break.
where you're snapping into a door there. Right here, he's doing a dash. He's gonna pause. He did a little down left to the spike. Like if I was doing like a sports commentary, I could literally talk like crazy speed for all the stuff that's happening here. But we're kind of just keeping it simple and pointing out the basic stuff.
to the back half of the dungeon now.
Nice door
Nice
dash.
door dash.
Ooh, right sider. Ooh, top pot. That's interesting.
This room is pretty tough, but since we have double the magic, it becomes extremely easy.
Nice strat. I've never seen that before. That was cool. Like that.
Right, so Mothula is the boss he's about to fight. Now, Mothula can be pretty tough because there's a conveyor that can move in the opposite direction of the boss, and then you're also surrounded by spikes. If you hit Mothula into the spikes, it overrides the damage, and you do 0 damage. So it makes the fight a lot tougher. It looks like he tried to do a dash there to get a double hit.
I think it was good.
Yeah, it looked good.
No.
So he's trying to hit Mothula away from the spikes. Nice job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the spikes do gold sword damage, which it just overrides his damage at this point. I don't think the code was meant for that, but it makes the fight so much harder.
Yeah, the thing that Devs just dipped out on this one by accident and then patched it later.
Right.
So yeah, crystal cutscenes. We'll talk about that. So you can actually see the crystal is like right above Link's head. So that is what we call a good crystal catch. You can get crystal catches where you can say, you could drive a bus through there. That's what we call a terrible crystal catch, and it basically wastes, I don't know, 10 to 20 frames, but which doesn't sound like much, but when you add up like 7 crystal catches, that starts to add up to a couple of seconds, right? So everything is optimized in this game. That's a really good crystal catch, like really good. So the mirror and the fluter is extremely powerful in this speedrun. You're going to see a lot of mirroring and fluting in the Dark World.
Alright, so we're going to be on our way to get flippers, and then on our way to get flippers, we're going to be doing our next dungeon, which is, our next dungeon is going to be Ice Palace, and as we are on our way to doing all that, we can go ahead and read more donations or announcements.
Sure. Just wanted to remind you that these donations are going towards the Girls Make Games Scholarship Fund, and we have a few things for those donations to go towards within the marathon. There's the Dogman Bid War and Shepherd's Crossing, the first run tomorrow, and the bonus run after the second one tomorrow. I would love to have some more of your messages to read, so !donate to get your donations in.
Yeah, so you'll see that he mirrored and he actually fluted to 4 because under the bridge there, after you defeat Aghanim, that bridge turns into a warp portal and you can port to the Dark World, and it's actually the fastest way to do this route. So that's why it's kind of not something you think about every day, but it is kind of quite a unique place to go and flip to and use that portal. This is a nightmare of a screen.
This is a tough screen to optimize.
Yeah, one of the hardest screens in A Link to the Past.
So this is where all our money is going. 500 rupees for flippers. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Zora.
it's a crazy investment.
I mean, bro knows what he has, right? Thinks it's worth it, and we pay it, so I mean, he's not wrong.
I always forget that heart when I do hundo. Every time.
I couldn't have told you there was a heart piece there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we don't see that very much in the regular route.
Nope.
So we're heading off to first time, or well, not the first time. This is probably the second time, but this is kind of an optimization that I think maybe came later in the game. But we're going to be using the portals to take us right outside Ice Palace. It's conveniently right there, and it's just quite a quick optimization. Another option is to flip back to 8 and swim, but it's about 4 seconds slower than using that portal. So it's just a nice kind of unique route optimization. Now, this
Also,
first,
ice
go ahead,
is
Frick, sorry.
terrible. No, I was just gonna say ice physics in this game are very tough.
Yeah, each kind of dungeon sort of introduces you to different kind of aspects of the game. Like we have ice physics, swamp has water physics, you know, skull is fire rod stuff, and it's kind of like unique in it. And ice physics are one of these things that it just makes everything that much harder. I'm so glad that they didn't put ice physics into the cold stair fight. That's all I'm gonna say about
Oh, that would be terrible, yeah. So, Ice Palace is very unique because this dungeon can be extremely long and confusing casually, but luckily enough, since we're speedrunning, we get to introduce a bomb jump here coming up, but it allows us to skip half of the dungeon, which is awesome, because if we didn't do that, we'd have to loop around the entire dungeon multiple times to get the keys and the switches that we need to get through. So, right here, he's going to do a bomb jump. He's going to flip the switch so the pegs are up, and then he's going to bomb jump. Right here, he's on the right pixel, perfect. This is also a double pixel perfect trick. Gets us across there with the pegs still up, and we have skipped half the dungeon.
Yeah,
Just
this is
like
like
that.
a...
Yeah, so
doesn't matter who
that
you
that
are,
sets
you're
us
learning
up
this trick.
for the rest of the dungeon. As Fricker said, it eliminates a lot of backtracking. Also, the item of this dungeon is blue mail, and we do not pick it up at all.
Yep. Actually, that bomb jump, if you're interested in speedrunning this game, that should absolutely be one of the first tricks that you learn.
Yeah, exactly.
That is huge. But yeah,
So you'll
very
see-
good. And oh, go
You
ahead.
see the blue mail right there in the big chest.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gone. Blink and you miss
Goodbye,
it.
blue mail.
Now, unfortunately, because we're skipping blue mail, that means that Cold Stair, which is the boss of this dungeon, is gonna do a lot of damage. So we'll see how this goes.
And Cold Stare hits hard because the game is expecting you to have blue mail. So every hit does 4 hearts of damage. But luckily we have half magic and we have a tempered sword. So
Yeah, it's practically cheating.
8 fire rod shots, and then we can hit him. Put him in the corner. Yeah, we're good.
Half
I was
magic
trying to
is broken.
pin them in the corner there, but they kind of got away. But that's okay. Fortunately, with half magic, you have more magic. Because normally, without half magic, 8 fire rod shots is just enough magic to break the ice. So you can't do what I just did towards the end there, where you can shoot extra fire rod shots at Cold Stare. Dying in Cold Stare is also a really huge time loss because it looks like 5 minutes. You have to redo the entire dungeon, and so this is a really popular race game, and so it's really common in a lot of races where people just forfeit whenever they die to Cold Stare because it's just too much of a time loss.
Well, I also think that people don't know that you should go to swamp because you don't go back into ice, and that's the mistake that everyone makes. You actually just go straight to swamp and do swamp and then come back to ice. And I think a lot of people don't actually realize that until after they forfeit.
Alright, so now we're going to go back to Death Mountain. So, in Death Mountain, we're going to be approaching the Spike Cave. It's a large cave full of spikes, and it's a... oh man. Alright, so hopefully there's a heart drop coming up, and if I get a heart drop, then I will need serious time. Otherwise, if not, then this is why we have Fairy.
Oh, baby. The
Wow.
boy Tech Titan being a real bro to Ganon.
He's got 4 chances at getting a heart or a fairy here.
Okay, here we go.
Oh.
There's a heart. Nice.
Alright, here we go.
Look at that. One dig, one chess game, like 2 blue balls, hearts. Okay, good luck.
Alright, there it is.
He's got it. Nice.
Very nice. Let's go, dudes.
And he's gonna super speed with the cane off the stairs. Bazinga! Whee!
This is such a cool room, dude. Such a cool room.
Yeah.
Very nice, dude. Very nice.
Yeah, so I was gonna say you have just you do not have a lot of room for error throughout that spike cave. If you mess up your movement slightly, then you do not have a lot of room to recover.
It's probably the hardest. In fact, it is without a doubt the hardest room in Hundo, in my opinion. Not that I know tons and tons about it, but I know that, obviously we have a ferry here for a marathon run, but imagine that you don't have a ferry in that situation and your run is over, basically.
Yeah.
If you don't make it. So it's super, super scary when you start going for that optimization.
And conveniently, right now, he is about to get another heart piece, which is the 4th heart piece. So it's going to fully heal us here.
Okay, so pay attention
So no worries
to
on
how
that.
I lifted up that rock. That's going to manipulate some stuff in this next upcoming dungeon. But yeah, so this next upcoming heart piece is going to refill us back to full HP, which is good because we want to have full HP going into Misery Mire.
Oh, there is this one. Get a.
Look at that full heal. How convenient.
Do you know about the? Oh, do you know about the new optimization for that? Where you push Y and B on the same frame?
No, I.
Yeah. If you push Y and B on the same frame, it saves 5 frames. Sorry, on this transition. Yeah, not 5 seconds. Sorry.
Oh man.
Yeah.
5 seconds!
Yeah.
That'd be the biggest discovery in this game in years.
All right. All right, here we go. This is why we want full HP. Easy peasy.
Nice.
Mario 2 can be a real pain. Mario 2 is when everything starts hitting like a truck. Obviously, we skipped the blue mill, so everything starts to do 2, 3, 4 until you get to, TR and everything basically is just 4 everywhere. So it's like the game progressively gets super hard as you go on. Nice stealthful skill. Deserved it. It's a complete RNG. This firebar there, so that's what we call good RNG. That saves about a second right there, maybe a little bit more. See him walking up there. Again, that's to dodge a fireball. Down movement here to get this key is very specific. Ooh, hit the switch there. And then slug. These things hit like trucks.
Slugs, yeah, they do 4 hearts. So the room he's about to go in, he's going to light these 4 torches, and he's going to get the room to the right to move, so he can drop down to the next portion of the room. Casually, this dungeon is very hard for people because they don't know they're supposed to fall in an empty pit. They think they're just, going to lose a heart. So a lot of people get lost in this dungeon. Because the other pits that we saw in Tower of Hera, they weren't dark like that. And this dungeon actually has the Cane of Samaria, which is the most broken item in this entire game.
Yeah, especially in the glitch categories, you can do a lot of crazy stuff with it. But yeah, so usually with the Cane of Samaria, you can place blocks down, and then you can use it again to detonate it in order to create 4 beams. Or in a later dungeon, you can use it to create a platform to get across from one part to another.
And the reason why we're doing Mire right now is because we're going to get the Cold Sword and Silver Arrows later. So it's better to do Mire and then Swamp versus the opposite, which we normally do. But I just wanted to bring that up because in that last room we would normally have the hook shot, but he had to dash through before the bridge disappeared.
Okay, so who wants to talk about Spooky Mire glitch?
It's all you, buddy.
All right, so basically the rock that he picked up at the very start of the split that he made you make notice to, we picked it up on a specific horizontal axis so that the bird will leave the screen on a specific altitude. I think altitude variable is what it is that right?
Yeah.
Altitude variable is our name for it. And what that actually does is you're going to see him hit the fire rod off of the spike here, and it's actually going to hit The splash damage of the fire rod is actually going to hit the crystal switch up above, both on this screen. This is the second screen. So it's hitting there, and it's actually hitting the crystal switch, which is in the next room above. And one more time, he's going to hit that fire rod off of the torch, and it's going to hit that crystal switch right at the top of the screen there. That's what we call spooky 1, 2, 3. It's about a 12-second time save, and he nailed it perfectly.
Very spooky. This could be a very scary fight because we're intentionally taking damage. Luckily in Hundo we have a ton of health. So he did unfortunately get the one cycle, but still a pretty fast fight.
Yeah, I was barely off. The eyeballs gave me some weird patterns.
Missing out on one of the greatest time saves in A Link to the Past, which is menu into the mirror. Please don't ever do it.
Always menu to the mirror. Nothing bad can happen.
But yeah, you can see how much health that I was losing. If you mess up the fight in any way, whether it's like, you know, like missing a slash or you like get hit, Vitreous is 4 hearts of damage. All the eyeballs and Vitreous himself do 4 hearts of damage. So this is a very hard fight. And as a result, like, you want to make sure you conserve as much health as you can going through the dungeon. So that way you have all the health that you need in order to survive Vitreous with the most optimum strat. In 80% you have 12 hearts going into the fight, so it's, or at least 12 heart containers going into the fight, so it's a little bit more tighter.
Yeah, very scary for sure. Gonna grab this heart piece up here.
All right, coming up is the hardest trick in the game.
So it's kind of a unique mirror spot there again. We talked about one earlier, but that's another unique one where you have to go there in the Dark World and mirror on a specific spot. Otherwise, you cannot get that item. It's the only way to get that item legally in NMG anyways.
Also, Poggers, we got it.
Got the heart.
Yeah, so if you just mash Y, or at least, yeah, mash mirror while you're moving the blocks in a cave, then the block just gets deleted.
Might need citation later. So we're heading off in the
Bombos.
general direction of Swamp. We're going to go pick up a Bombos first, though. Another unique mirror spot. We're starting to... I think this is one of the last sort of unique mirror spots that we use in the run, where we... I mean, the game basically shows you. It's got pegs and everything. It's like, hey, come over here.
This is an item we will never see in a regular NMG run. It's just so out of the way.
Yeah, usually, and casually, it's like one of my favorite items. Casually, it's one of my favorite items in the game because it basically kills every enemy on the screen, but the animation takes so long that it's just not worth using it at all.
Not gonna lie, I wanted to see you try to get those arrows, but you probably would have fallen off.
It's tempting.
Oh, it's so good. It's a mirror block delete, by the way. So basically, if you spam Y, I don't know the science behind it, but basically the block disappears. Go figure.
And it's Japanese 1.0.
Yep, it's exclusive to 1.0.
I get that heart piece.
So he is entering Swamp Palace, which is actually the second intended dungeon of the game. So even though we can get hit a lot in this dungeon, it's not going to do a lot of damage. But there are a lot of enemies in this dungeon.
Something we haven't talked about is menu speed and optimizations of menus. It's something that is, I call it the final boss of this game. Optimizing the menus, where to use the menus, speed RNG, and the speed review menus is one of the hardest things to do in this game, and it can lose you a lot of time. And it's one of the things you'll see at the top level is optimized menus. We're gonna get a shield despawn for the fans.
Oh.
There's kind of a unique tech there. where if you grab onto the rail, it actually hides your shield, and shields are super laggy in this game, and it actually saves 10 frames on the animation just because you literally hid your shield. So shields are bad. So we're talking about, you know, we had ice, we've had fire, now we got water. So it's water everywhere. So chance to show you a lot of the water physics in the game.
I don't think there's anything too important about this dungeon. I'm going to tell you guys an awesome story before we get to the boss of this dungeon. So there's these little water tektites in this dungeon, as you can see right here. So there's a specific room right before the boss where you have to swim through deep water, and there's a bunch of little tektites that usually hit you. So his name is Phelps, as in Michael Phelps, because he's swimming, right? So for the longest time when Bitey did speedrunning in this game, he thought that Phelps was the actual name of that tektite. He thought the tektites were called Phelps. So I figured I would share that. Very, very funny.
Yeah, it's now a meme and almost everyone calls him Phelps now at this point, so I have to carry that meme all the way. This is called Left Side Swamp, and it's like super slow. And it's one of the, it's almost like 2 minutes just to do the left side of Swamp here. You do have to do it in NMG and Hundo. I'm not sure, there is some categories that do skip Left Side Swamp, but you basically go all the way over here to get a key. That's really it.
Yeah, it's just glitch categories that skip it, like all dungeons or like major glitches.
Nice hammer dash there. It's a 5-frame optimization right there. We talked about that earlier. How we love those frames. We'll do anything to get 5 frames in this game.
That is true.
Swimming is actually quite a difficult thing to optimize in this game as well. You can do a lot of things with swimming to make Link go faster. You can have a unique thing here. So you'll see he's going to line himself up with the grid, and if he does this perfectly, he can hook shot to the pot. Just 1 pixel off, but it's kind of another grid trick, which we call it. This game is designed in grids, and if you can keep yourself on the grids, oftentimes we can hook shot to specific pots, we can get past specific pots, we can nudge doors. We basically are optimizing the way the game is designed. We did do another trick there called the hook dash trick. So for some reason in this game, when you hook dash, it makes it easier to pick up pots underneath statues. I don't know why that is, but it just is.
Oh, that was planned. Come on.
There's a lot of stuff in this game that is very unique, and I have no idea why, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah, are you gonna go for Zero Cycle?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. So Argus is the next boss that's coming up. Here's the Phelps Way. So this is called Phelps Way in the practice hack. It's a long swimming pool. I thought it was called Phelps Way because there was a bunch of Phelps in it. They're not actually Phelps, they're called tektites. So that's what he was talking about earlier. So obviously we got the hook shot and the game wants us to use it immediately. Go figure that. Also, whoever designed this game had a really weird thing about eyes and clouds, just saying.
Yeah, I think like 3/4 of the bosses in this game are eyes. Nicely done. Very easy boss.
There is a unique thing about this crystal cutscene that is only relevant to this cutscene. This is one of the mysteries of A Link to the Past. It's one of the only things that no one knows how it works. But there is about a 1 or a 1.5 second time save that you can get in this cutscene, and it is completely random, and no one to this day knows why. So if anyone can figure it out, let us know. One of the last mysteries we have in the NMG run, so someone go figure it out.
Also the longest crystal cutscene in the game.
Yeah, because normally This is the second dungeon, so she's like trying to teach us stuff about the Dark World, which is why it's so long. But we already know all of that. Okay, so now this is kind of the longest stretch without doing a dungeon. This dungeon's Turtle Rock, but we still have a lot of items that we have to collect. This is what we call the infamous cleanup section. That was rude.
This is like a 16. This is like a 16, 17 minute segment. It's quite lengthy. We gotta get the rest of our heart pieces. We gotta get some items.
That was a mirror bonk, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so he mirrored onto a specific pixel. Mirror bonking is usually bad, but he actually used it to his advantage where he mirrored, got the heart piece, and then immediately, oh my goodness, what is that skull doing there? But it immediately put him straight back to the light world. That's actually a huge time save. You're talking like, I don't know, 5 seconds maybe?
Something like that,
4
yeah.
seconds? I don't know. It's gotta be pretty big.
The last bottle! We did it!
Okay, so coming up is a trick called bomb duplication, so we want to talk about that.
So what he's gonna do, he has to pay 100 rupees for a big bomb, which is gonna allow him to get the gold sword and silver arrows. So what you can do is you can actually, so when you leave the bomb, it starts a countdown when it's going to explode, and if you transition the screen at the same time as I believe it hits 0, the bomb won't explode, it will duplicate, and it will follow you to the next screen. It can be a little scary because if we mess up, he has a lot of rupees left, but he would still need to find 30 more rupees. So he leaves it at the door, it counts down, so he's gonna transition the screen right at 0, it duplicates and brings it with him, which is nice because it saves him from going all the way around, because if you jump off of a ledge, the bomb is gonna stay on the ledge, it doesn't go with you.
Yeah.
That's a big boy stretch right there, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I would not be doing that in a run. That's some, I don't know. How do you say a nice way of saying you're brave? I'll leave it at that. That's a pretty brave for a marathon, not gonna lie.
Yeah. So he's gonna throw his sword and his bow in here. It's gonna upgrade to the gold sword, and then he'll get the silver arrows, which is the only thing that's going to. I was gonna say one of the only things that can kill Ganon. Obviously, without 1.0, we can do sword spins, but obviously, since the Hunter run, we need to get everything that we can.
I did not know. I said earlier, I did not know you could get a gold sword in this game when I was a kid. I got the silver arrows and bounced out of there.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I had the gold sword when I was a kid.
Okay, so the rest of this part, the rest of the segment is just me collecting items. So you can just go ahead and read any more if you have any more announcements, then you can go ahead and get them out.
All right, sure. Let me see what we have having come in here. Okay, we still don't have anything toward that. Good word for the dog names for our first run tomorrow, Shepherd's Crossing. So, yeah, you could give something an initial lead. Don't forget to choose that under the poll section when donating. And you can find the link with !donate in chat. These donations go toward the Girls Make Games Scholarship Fund, which truly is a wonderful cause, and it's been so nice to see how we have raised so much for it so far.
Getting rid of those bombs. I actually really like this portion here. There's some cool tech that you can do with the red cape. I'm not sure if you're going to do that or not, but it's an item that we just never use in the game. So sometimes it's cool to see some of the cool tech to avoid enemies. There we go. 2 murder dactyls there.
Yeah, those birds do 3 hearts of damage if you get hit by them.
This is bumper room. He's going to need to use the cape to get through the bumper on the next screen here.
So you're normally supposed to use the
Think
hook
he'll
shot
do
right
a
here, but you can
cape
just walk on the top of the bit right there.
And there he did an item dash with the cape.
Does the cape invisibility stay with you if you go through that door up the stairs?
It does, yeah.
I wonder if it'd be faster to go through the bumper straight through the door and do like a cape dash there.
Well, we need to save our magic.
Yeah, you need magic for
I
Quake.
guess so. Do we not have like half magic? I don't know. I just
Well, yeah.
I haven't tried it
extra
out.
piece. I don't know, just my frame saver brain went off there.
It is a good theory,
Oh, it's
though.
not. Corey timed it out. There you go. Corey timed it. It's fake news. Oh, the bush guard. Whoa. Ganon's golden child's gonna get some bonus prize tonight.
Alright, this is the ice rod. As soon as we get the ice rod here from this cave, we will head up to climb the mountain and go to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, you do not want to forget this. This is a very far out of the way item, and it is required in order to do Turtle Rock.
Unfortunately.
Are we getting spin speed here?
Oh yeah.
Oh, baby.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
I normally don't go for that, but you know, for the fans.
That's fine.
Got to for the fans.
I timed it out the other day and I couldn't get it to save time. You can make it save time, but you gotta be a super sweaty and unbelievable.
Just like the Quake dash at the top of Turtle Rock. You gotta do it.
Oh my god.
See, okay,
Oh.
this is what I was talking about earlier. These are the
dead
there's
rocks.
there's some names for these things that we're not going to see on stream, but these are honestly the worst enemy in this game. There's nothing worse than this. Honestly, I don't know anyone that would like disagree with that. Yeah, it does save 10 frames, Sean, but it's so difficult to get. It's like super hard. Ooh, nice. This is another
Those guys can
series
block
screen.
you.
Every time I've ever done that dash for 6 years, all I do is hold my breath. Just
Yeah,
hope you don't get rock blocked.
it's so bad.
Because how much does it lose? Like 6 seconds at least, right?
Something like that.
That's like
And,
9, I think. I think it's, yeah. And there's 3 potential chances for it to happen in like this 1 minute split, so you can lose 27 seconds, which happened to me not that long ago. And I just turned the game off.
Oh yeah, that's all you can do.
So we're now going to use the Samaria item, which we got in the previous dungeon, at least if you follow the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 logic of the game, and obviously the game wants us to use it right away. We're going to see a little bit of a neat trick here. So he's going to fire onto the torch and he's going to get his hook shot out, and that hook shot is going to save us about a couple of seconds there instead of going all the way around. And well, basically it saves you like I don't know, like probably 20 seconds over going all the way
Yeah,
around.
that's normally a really hard
And
run
this-
to do normally.
Yeah, that cape dash probably saves another good 3 to 4 seconds right there.
Yeah.
We can get a lot of magic in this dungeon, so especially having half magic, we're more than fine. This dungeon we see a lot of Marioing. Chain chomps, pokies.
Okay, now.
Ooh, the double. He got angry. Yeah, these guys
okay.
do lots of damage. 4 hearts.
Oh, come on.
Ah!
Okay, we're fine. We're fine.
Yeah. So after Dead Rocks, this is the
That's-
second worst enemy in the game.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate,
Literally.
but that's
Yeah.
fine.
I don't know there's an enemy quite like the chain chomps. Like, I don't think there's anything in this game that moves like a chain chomps. It's like some person from the future just threw it in there.
Right.
of interesting, Sean. I guess that does make sense. Oh, nice friendly.
Nice. And the fairy drop. Oh, we almost took a laser.
I know.
to the
I know
face
that.
right there.
I thought I got hit there, but yeah.
That was like a frame off.
No True Blue frames? Shout out to True Blue. Do you know about True Blue frames? Yeah, so basically, seeing if you're in that bunny beam state, if you just tap A, you can save like 25 frames. It's almost half a second. It was found by a guy named True Blue a couple of years, well, probably 3 or 4 years ago. It basically instantly takes you out of the bunny beam transition animation.
This room has 16 different RNGs, nicely handled.
Yeah, nice.
And we are on our way to Mimic Cave. Mimic Cave is a very unique room to get through.
Yeah,
This is how you have to kill the enemies and you have to like try to manipulate their movement with your movement.
This is another one of those unique mirror spots we were talking about where you basically have to go to this exact spot in the game and mirror to take you to this exact room in the light world.
Yeah, this is definitely a really easy
It's
hard
pretty
piece to
cool.
miss because it's not really something that you think about when you're playing this game casually. That you can just mirror right here.
You know,
They do leave you clues though, like if you're one of those people that search around, like I always knew this was there and it took me a while to find it, but if if you look down at the top of the light world on Death Mountain, you can see that door, but you're like, how on earth do I get in there?
Yeah.
So you kind of got to use your puzzle brain to find it. So it's kind of a cool dev design that, the way they did that. I probably spent...
Also, this mirror shield is larger than Link's body, which is really cool. It creates a lot of lag. Can you imagine carrying around a shield that's bigger than you?
He lifts up some pretty heavy rocks too.
Look at that shield!
So big.
That thing is ginormous, dude.
How does he?
He doesn't even. Yeah, it blocks his whole face.
Yeah, exactly. Like you just get one eye just popping out. One eye popping out the side of the shield.
It's so good.
All right, so
Like
since I have the mirror
wall.
shield, normally there's a really hard strat that you do in order to get this next key. But since I have the mirror shield, I am not gonna do it.
The old walk strat.
Yep.
Yeah,
hold
mirror
on.
shield is.
Okay, there we go.
Mirror shield is very powerful.
Yeah, those eyes also do 4 hearts of damage, and they can double hit you on the way down a pit. So they can do 8 hearts of damage, and you can fall and lose a heart. So 9 hearts of damage in one hit there.
Is there a little time for a donation?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep.
All right, we have a $25 donation from Secretly a Silver saying, mchan, please do not forget the floating island heart piece or red mail.
I got you.
I have
That puts
personally
us-
forgotten it.
That keeps us just a little over $60 away from the bonus run and the second run tomorrow.
Nice.
We also still don't have anything toward the dog name bid war, so you could be the first.
Yeah, so in that fight there, I used the ice rod on the fire head and then the fire rod on the ice head. So that's the only required instance of ice rod, and that's why it is important that you don't forget about ice rod. And then the last phase is really easy. Just spin attack or just hit his weak spot a few times, and we finally rescued Zelda.
Hey, Zelda, the last maiden.
All right, so yeah, so we need one more heart piece, and then we'll be on our way to Ganon's Tower.
Yeah. Yeah, we're only missing 2 more items. 1 heart piece and then red mail.
Yep. Also, something else, I guess it's worth pointing out. There is actually a lower tier shield, but we never pick it up because you can get the mirror shield in this dungeon. Also, I'm not cheating. That is invisible floor that you can reveal if you use ether.
Yeah, there's quite a. I think there's like 3 rooms in Ganon's tower that has invisible flooring.
Uh-huh.
We did it.
Alright,
20 hearts.
20 hearts, and now we'll be on our way to Ganon's Tower. So Ganon's Tower is a really intense dungeon. Definitely a dungeon that definitely separates multiple tiers of runners across the game. And so I'm going to be focusing a lot as I go through this dungeon. So Bricker and Bite are going to be doing a lot of talking as I focus throughout this dungeon.
Sweet. Yeah, Ganon's Tower is probably my favorite dungeon in the game just because of how tough it is, and there's a lot of really cool tricks room after room that you can do, and basically it's a giant gauntlet. The game is just throwing everything they can at you, multiple enemies. You know, they have ice physics, they have just lasers, they just got a bunch of stuff in here. So it is fun.
Sorry, I was away for a bit. I was doing my part for the donation. Hopefully that hits the goal. Thanks for the donations, everyone. Appreciate it. GT is a very hard dungeon. It is basically a challenge of the full game. Oh, baby, new strats. Let's go.
Let's go.
I appreciate you. Let's go.
He's
But
using
yeah,
iframes here.
literally everything in this game is just, oh my goodness, you can lose 30-40 seconds. Even as a top runner, you can lose 30-40 seconds. It's an extremely difficult dungeon.
Mm-hmm. Also, throughout this dungeon, the game throws the first 3 bosses at you, but they kind of do it with a certain twist. And then mchan is on his way to Almost right now, which is actually on ice. Makes it a little bit harder.
That bonk over the warp saves 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Craziness.
There's another invisible floor. We're gonna bonk over it. Beautiful. Nice. And here is Almost on Ice, brought to you by Disney. Luckily, we have silver arrows, though, so it only takes 1 arrow instead of 3.
That was a little bit unfortunate, but that's fine.
Got the big key, and we are now on the way to Red Mail.
Red mail. This is actually banned in NMG, like the regular run. It's not really, but it's kind of like, we do not like this. It's super slow. So you only really see this in a Honda run.
Yeah. So Red Mail is a defensive tunic upgrade. You get 1/4. It basically it's a 4 times defensive armor upgrade. So this makes the rest of Ganon's Tower pretty safe, especially with 20 hearts.
I don't know
Now
what
the
my
climb- Go,
Wait,
go
sorry,
ahead, buddy.
No, you go, buddy.
I was just gonna say now he's gonna be climbing Ganon's Tower, so these are some of the most difficult rooms that the game has to offer here, with all the mimics and the BMOS, and soon we'll be going through the Gauntlet, which is basically 5 rooms of enemies and ice and BMOS and conveyors and spikes. Like everything they can throw at you is basically the next 5 rooms coming up here.
I like to fall down here in order to have iframes to go through this. There is a way to go through this dash without needing to do that, but I have not learned it.
And you can see that silver arrows make the game incredibly laggy.
Yeah, it's laggy weapon.
And you gotta kill all the enemies to get to the next room. So now we got conveyors and BMOS and enemies and spikes. And it just, the room just gets harder each room you go into. So now we have ice introduced.
Oh man. Okay.
Nicely
Nice.
done. Nicely done. Had to get the arrows.
Yeah,
Gotta get the precious.
I would like to get those arrows.
And then here we have Landmo 2. The only caveat to this one is there is a fireball that shoots at you. Nice one cycle with the arrows.
Ooh, very nice.
Nice raids. Mr. Shasta raiding with a party of 77. Welcome in, everyone. Thanks for the
very
raid.
nice.
We're gonna do some A Link to the Past here, 100%. We're just finishing up here. mchan is doing Ganon's Tower. We got mchan338 on the controls. We got Bidey, myself, and Fricker on comms. So hope you all enjoy.
These rooms look so good when done well and fast. There's just so many really cool strategies. As you saw there with the Kana Samaria killing all the Wizrobes.
Very nice. This is a place where the half magic comes into play, and NMG will often have to go get that magic on the top right pot there, but we have half magic, so we can just skip it. That's actually 2.5 seconds right there. Big time save. You're gonna see these.
Last couple ones.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick up
And
this
now we get to
magic.
fight Moldorm. Yep. So this is the Moldorm refight. It's just a smaller platform. That's the only thing that's different here. Oh, taking a hit.
Yeah, that's more.
He's a bully.
He is a bully. That happens to absolutely everyone all the time. That's not a not normal thing, don't
Oh
worry.
man,
There we
There's
go.
a lot of shenanigans with this fight.
please. There we go. There's a way. There's technically a way where you can skip this fight, and it can save 6 seconds if you can get it first try. But obviously, I'm not great enough to do it.
Yeah, it's called a hover. It's one of the. In fact, it's not one of the. It is the hardest.
It is
trick
the
in
hardest trick, yeah.
But by far, and not only is it hard, it's the end of the run, and if you fail it, you lose 15 seconds. And what you have to do is you basically have to push A and let go of A like every frame or so. I can't remember, it's every 10 frames, or I can't remember what the number is. But basically, we developed a technique where we have our fingers, 2 fingers over the A button, and we basically scratch the A button back and forward very, very, very fast. And if you do it correctly, Link will basically float across gaps. And top runners make it look easy, but believe me, it is extremely difficult.
Aiding them being a little bully here. There we go.
Very nice.
We have a $10 donation from Bidey saying, "A Link to the Past speedrunning rules."
Sweet.
Thanks so much. That means we're only slightly over $50 from the bonus in the second run tomorrow happening. Also, nothing yet for that dog name incentive in the first one tomorrow.
Buddy, you got Ganon?
Yeah, got Ganon. So, Ganon is, with the gold sword, you're pretty overpowered at this point. It needs 6 hits on phase 1 here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now he's going to go into phase 2, which is going to spin a bunch of bats around. Again, we need 6 hits on Ganon. So that is the second phase. He's going to fire these bats. These bats are actually not RNG. You can manipulate them 100% of the time. And now he's on to phase 3. He gets pretty angry because you're kicking his ass. So now he starts stomping the ground like a little child. And he's basically making the tiles fall down. And getting no warps. I mean, who is
That's
this
one
guy?
warp.
Like, have we got a warp yet? Oh, that's 1 warp.
Yeah,
2
That's
warps?
2, 3.
Alright, that's
Yeah.
3 warps. So this is the RNG. So this is a 50-50 chance that he will basically warp to another spot. Each warp is 2 seconds. So that was 4 warps. So that's 8 seconds. And going to hit him with the silver arrow.
We're coming up to time here in a few seconds, probably like 10 to 15 seconds.
1 more arrow for time. So time will be when he crosses the bridge.
Nicely done.
GG.
PG, 100% Link to the Past. Super fun category. Super fun speedrun.
Time.
Time.
GG.
All right, 149.15. All right. Despite the death in
That's pretty good.
Helmasaur
Nice.
as well as the fall in Moldorm, that's a really good time. I'm really happy
Yeah,
with that.
definitely good.
Yeah, GG's, man. Hopefully you all enjoyed the speedrun. And just one thing I will say, I'm very, very heavily involved with this game and in the community. And if you ever want to get into speedrunning this game, please just reach out to us. If you're not, someone who likes to talk in big groups or discords, you can reach out to any of us personally, mchan, Fricker, or myself, Bitey, and we will love to help you. We love helping people. We love getting people involved. So if you're ever interested, please reach out to us, and we'll help you get started.
Okay. It looks like we have word that we might be doing the glitched any percent run.
Oh, yes, we are.
Baby.
Yeehaw!
Bonus content. So, funnily enough, we're going to be doing a bonus run here. So this is what we call the true any percent glitch category. It is a major glitches category. Now, funnily enough, it is actually the run with the most speed running players on SRC. It actually trumps the NMG by quite a bit, I'm sure, but it's not the main category. It's what we call it's a little bit of a meme category. Like, for instance, I taught my daughter the category when she was 4 years old, and she was able to complete a run in it as on SRC. So it is quite an interesting run. There's 2 or 3 or 4 different routes that you can do. You probably see, are you doing the save and quit jump route, mchan?
I'm sorry, what?
Are you doing the save and quit jump
Yeah.
route? Yeah, so look.
Okay.
So there's quite a few different routes. There is a jump, and we'll just see that the route that mchan's going to do. There's also some really crazy clipping stuff that is super hard too. But it's a very, very short category. It's about 2 to 3 minutes long, and a little bit of bonus content. So I think that was for a donation goal or a
Yes, it
donation
was.
incentive. So thank you so much, everyone, for all the donations. We appreciate you all, and thanks for sticking around, and we'll see a little bit of this bonus run.
Yeah, thanks so much to everyone for making this happen. For all of those donations to the Girls Make Games Scholarship Fund.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a really good cause, and it's really amazing to be a part of this. So anybody can do this. This works on any version of the game. So even you, watching this stream, can be a Link to the Past speedrunner with this trick. So, yeah, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Alright, so we're back in Link's house again. He's in bed, and we've got that useless uncle again. He's going to be just as useless in this run. Although, I don't know if we really even need a sword for this run, technically. I don't think we even hit an enemy in this run, so we don't even need the sword.
We just got a donation incentive in the chat saying that they'll match my time that I get here. So I think I should stall my run.
So, heading off back in the same direction as we headed in the Honda route, across the bridge, and we're going to fall down. So pretty much the same as what we had before. A little bit of pumping there, some double pumping through the bushes there, and we're going to go talk to that useless uncle of ours who's not very good. He's going to tell you that he failed. He's going to give you some stuff that we don't need. If anyone knows a way to go buy this text sometime, it would be very nice. That would speed up the game a lot. and then we're going to go into the castle. So the first time through, we're actually going to go through this part of the castle twice in this route. The first time it doesn't matter if you take any damage, because we're going to be doing a special trick. We're going to be arming what we call EG, and we're going to arm it by jumping off of this ledge and saving and quitting while in the air. Now that activates something called, I think it's EG state. Is that right, Frick?
Yeah, exploration glitch.
And it basically, when you're in this state, you cannot take any damage from anyone. So the second route through here, it's not too hard. You basically cannot take any hits from here. And if you do it all correctly...
I've taken a little bit safe there. I did not like those patterns.
Yeah, for sure. So now we're going to climb the stairs, and we're going to take a hit from the blue enemy over here. And when we do that...
what happened?
So Link is now in the wall, and you can see Link is going to be walking through walls here in a second. And basically at this point here, you hold up, and we're going to basically complete the game.
Right through the end. We did it.
You can see why this is the most completed A Link to the Past speedrun of all time, basically, because you can teach someone this probably in about 10, 15
Yeah, it's
minutes.
definitely a really
and you can
fun
get a
party trick.
speedrun.
And oh my god, I hear boss music. What's going on? Time.
I'm scared.
GG.
All right.
Nice. What was your time there?
253.
253,
Yeah.
sub 3. Let's go, baby.
All right. So yeah. Thank you everybody for watching my run of Link to the Past. Apologies for some of the technical difficulties that happened midway through. But it happens in a marathon. As Fricker and Bitey said, we have a really large community of for the Link to the Past community. We have a lot of resources for anybody to get into for a lot of different categories. So if you're interested, you can feel, then you can ask a question or two, and everybody's willing to help out. I stream this game pretty often, as well as some other Zelda games, as well as the new Super Mario Bros. Games as well. In fact, if you want to keep up with me, I'll be running on the GDQ channel with new Super Mario Bros. 2. So if you like what you saw and you enjoyed me as a runner, then you can stay tuned for next weekend on the GDQ channel. That's it for me. I had a lot of fun being a part of this once again. I ran this game 2 years ago at Completithon 2023. Wasn't really happy with the time, so I'm really happy that I got a chance to redeem myself. And once again, shout outs to Livila Dosur. Sorry you couldn't be a part of the race, but maybe next time in these future events we can finally make it happen. Thank you, Bitey and Fricker, for joining along with me on commentary.
Thanks for having us.
Yep, that was awesome.
And,
a blast. I actually learned quite a bit too. So.
And thank you,
Yeah,
Stump. Awesome hosts.
I always love doing this.
And
And thanks so much for doing your run.
yeah, thank you. All right, with that, that's it. Have a good night, everybody.
All right. Well, again, thanks so much. That was mchan with a Link to the Past 100%. And now, this has been day 4 of Completithon 2025, benefiting the Girls Make Games Scholarship Fund. We have raised so much. Actually, I saw that number go up. Let me get a look at this last donation here. That was an anonymous $10 donation without a comment, but still, thank you so much for that. We are, over $2,200. That's quite a lot, and still one more day to go. I've been Stump. I've been your host for this last little bit, and time to end this day, but we will be back at 10 a.m. Eastern Time with karaoke running Shepherd's Crossing all diary entries to get the last day of this marathon started. And we will see you then. Thanks so much for watching and donating.